everyone, and welcome to what is possibly my favorite video ever. Now, as many of you know, my wife and I finally live together, and we are both streamers. You can see both of our information up here. I am, of course, Lionheart. She is Ghost Aria, so make sure you check both of us out. Now, the two of us living together, of course, means a couple of things. One, well, we needed to build a stream studio. That was a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie, but it's now here and it's amazing. And two, we need to build her a new PC, and that is the reason for the video today. Now, I've built a lot of PCs over the years, but it's fair to say I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't done a full build since 2019, and I haven't installed a water CPU cooler more than once ever, so this could be quite the challenge. And of course, being content creators as we are, we decided to try and build as much of it as possible live on stream. But here is the condensed version for all of you. Now, before we get into it, of course, the specs of this PC are very important, and I'm going to take you through them, even though they are here. So let's start off with the motherboard. It is the MSI B650S Pro with Wi-Fi, and it's a DDR5 board. That should hopefully set the bar for where this is going. Next, the CPU. It is an AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D. In my opinion, the absolute best CPU for gaming and streaming in the world right now, and a lot of benchmarks seem to agree with that. In terms of heavy process, there are other ones you'd want to go for maybe, but for gaming, nothing is touching this at the moment. GPU, now this is a beast. The Gigabyte GTX 4060 Ti with 16 gigabytes of VRAM. It puts my 3080 to shame right now, and I can't believe how good the performance has been on it. The SSDs, of course, it is the Lexar N790, 2 terabyte, 7,400 megabyte per second transfer. The lovely folks at Lexar actually sent this across. A huge shout out to them. Their information is in the description below. You definitely want to check these out because the speeds on them are phenomenal. Genuinely. RAM. 32 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance DDR5 6000 megahertz. This PC is so good. The cooler, it is the NZXT Kraken 360. It is a beauty of a CPU cooler, and I'm hoping it keeps things nice and frosty inside the most beautiful PC case, which is the limited edition NZXT Cyberpunk H710i case. And I've got a little bit of a story about that in just a little while too. Last but by no means least, the power. How is this going to function well? Of course, it is the Fractal Platinum. I work with Fractal. I love Fractal. They are fantastic. You'll have seen them rotating up there. They are incredible. Now, I have used their power supplies for a very long time. I have also used their cases long before they actually started working with us, and I adore them. It is an absolutely incredible modular power supply. I personally think all power supplies should be modular these days for tidiness and power efficiency, and their Platinum is super power efficient. 100% worth looking at. Their link is in the description below as well. But we're streamers, so you don't just want to know the hardware, you want to know some of the streamer setups, so you want to know about the webcam and our sound setup as well, right? Well, the lovely folks at Ava Media sent the PW515 4K webcam across, and it's been a complete game changer. There's a video coming out shortly on this channel of the comparison side by side. Blew my mind. Both myself and Aria were using everybody's first streamer cam, the Logitech HD 1080p or the C920, they're the same thing. And I loved it. I thought it was great. Why would I change? If I was going to, I thought maybe I'll go full style like Sony camera. This camera has completely changed the way I perceive things and the quality that I've got on screen. Absolutely love it. I am using one, and Aria is using one too. The software within it is really nice as well. It allows us to like digitally green screen, as well as a lot of other cool functions that I personally love. Now, sound quality. I have had so many compliments since changing to our new microphone setup. I sound crisp, I sound close, everything sounds so lovely. Well, the Elgato Wave XLR setup is the reason for that. Arya and I did a lot of conventions in 2023, and we're lucky enough to stream from them. Gamescom, TwitchCon, things like that. And everybody, every stream, every booth used this setup with the Wave XLR and the microphone that goes with it. So it's not a USB mic, it's already a big jump. But the software inside that XLR is crazy because the noise gating combination. Arya is 1 meter from me right now on her PC and you can't hear her. When we are live at the same time, you can't hear the other person's voice on the other person's stream. It is mind-blowing. And the quality jump is just... But I think you've seen enough of current me, right? You want to see some PC construction and see if it all actually worked at the end of it. I would like you to comment your guess now. So if you have some faith in my PC building skills, I would like you to comment first try. If you think that it might not power on the first time I click power, give me like a kekel or something like that, you know? And let's get it started. First off, we begin by showing off the beautiful case that will house this monster of a PC. It's the NZXT Cyberpunk H710i. Now, they're limited to 1,000, and I think we actually have one of 1,000, the very first one, because it's the developer edition. This one was actually meant for CDPR themselves, but we attended that Phantom Liberty pre-launch party in Cologne, and we won it. I can't tell you how hard it was to find somewhere willing to ship this thing internationally on a Sunday. These tags are so cool. I am steadily getting more and more jealous of this build. Honestly, you can see the no pain, no gain, the little smiley face here. So many cool things in this build. Absolutely loving it. Some across the top as well. As you can see, where's Johnny? And you can see this cool little magnetic puck as well that Arya is showing off before we start diving in to the case as well. You can see slowly the joy as we look inside it here. Very, very nice. We're in. Arya has a Cyberpunk tag on her head. As you can see, little cool things hidden as well. The samurai logo. As well as no future. Looks really cool. Thankfully, this red arm removes to make PC building a lot easier as well, which I'm very grateful for because building inside the PC, super, super tough. I'd always recommend putting the motherboard together first before you put it in. Now here, well, the reality of the work ahead of me is starting to set in. I was definitely rethinking my decision to build this, and I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to have to strip this whole case apart, piece by piece. Surely not. And Arya doing a wonderful job trying to keep my spirits up and entertaining chat here while I just stare longingly into the PC. And we're several hours in at this point. Probably not, it's about 30 minutes. Arya is building some wonderful Lego plants as I slowly lose the will to live, realizing that in fact, that NZXT Kraken 360 doesn't fit at the top of the PC. And in fact, I do need to strip out every single fan to fit the CPU cooler. Look at the horror. But thankfully, they are both NZXT products, so the fan cables were very interchangeable with what was already pre-built. It was only the fans that needed to come out in the end, so you could see the horror starting to mount as I realize what needs to be done. And then in super fast speed, you can see I've stripped the whole thing out. We're running through, and the process of taking everything out and getting it ready, well, this was somewhere in the vicinity of an hour to strip the whole case down. It's a necessary evil, and honestly, on reflection, something perhaps I should have done beforehand. In the corner as well, you can see the motherboard is over there to the side, just patiently waiting to finally be in its new home. The RAM, the CPU, and the SSD are already attached as well. I much prefer doing those on the side before putting the whole thing in. You have a little bit more space to work with, in my opinion. So, I don't hate that. I think it's good as we whir through that CPU cooler is finally getting ready to be housed in its new home. And the cooler finally finds a home and we can continue with our construction. Was that the biggest obstacle to success? Are we on the home straight? Well, let's find out as my lovely assistant begins to provide support here. Arya is in and she is helping. The Rolichki are going down well.
It is time!
Oh my god, I have a task. It's been hours.
She performs the task admirably while continuing to keep chat amused. Now, the PC build was a lot of fun to do, and hopefully you enjoyed watching it live if you did, but it really wouldn't have been half as entertaining if she hadn't been there to A, keep you all entertained, and B, keep me sane. So I'm very glad she was here for this one. Because honestly, it was impossible to focus on that many things at once. I was very, very grateful she was there to help make this possible. We then jump inside the case with the mobile camera. As you can see, the motherboard in place and our CPU cooler is being attached. It's a big moment after what felt like an eternity of work to get this in place. I'm so happy that it finally is going in. Look at it, those final screws being attached, and it's coming together. A few more tweaks here and there. I tidy up the cables, I'm tightening up screws, and of course Arya displays the Lego that she's completed over the course of the stream, which we love to see as well. Just slowly but surely, is this in the right place? Can it go? All of that tidying up's really, really important, and that Cyberpunk tag as well. Absolutely lovely. When this is done, I promise it's going to be a beast. And here we see I finally accept my fate, and I read the instructions that I might have read 2 hours ago before we slowly get to the moment of truth. This is just me double checking. Is everything in the right place? Have I actually done this? Look at that confused look. Like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Probably should have checked this first. And here it is. It's the moment of truth. Does it boot? Wait. Yes, it does. First try. It's on. It works. That look of longing to see it boost first try. Now, of course, the astute among you might notice that we don't actually have any monitors in yet. So maybe you're thinking, well, technically that doesn't work. It may not be. Don't worry. It was. When we got it on and live, we decided to finish the rest off stream because it had been a very, very long stream. But we installed Windows and all of the drivers. Had a few issues with the Windows install because there was some corrupt files in the first version. But aside from that, everything worked first. The beautifully built, cyberpunk themed gaming PC is up and it is running. It is an absolute beaut. Well, you probably want to see, after all of that, what does it actually look like when it's running, right? Oh, well, I wouldn't do all of this and not show you. So that was our PC build. And for those of you wondering, a PC with these specs, it's comfortably running games like Cyberpunk on Ray Tracing Ultra. It's putting my 3080 to shame. That's with the CPU and GPU sitting in like the mid to high 70s. Games running with comfortable FPS. You really can play anything right now on a machine with this build. Not only does it look amazing, but oh my, it performs. I think it's safe to say I'm very jealous of my wife's PC right now. Perhaps it's time I rebuild mine. Well, if you'd like to see that and you'd like to see more of this kind of content, more hardware focused, unboxing, stuff like that, let me know in the comments down below. This is definitely the first of the hardware series we already have planned, and there is more coming. So if you did enjoy it, please like it. The algorithm loves a like, you know that, and subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Thank you for watching, friends, and of course, don't forget to check this beautiful PC in action out. It'll be over on Ghost Arya's Twitch channel. She is linked right here, so make sure you go and follow her. The information is in the description as well. her plan for 2024 is also available here. So if you want to see any of these games on that beast of a PC, you know what to do. Thank you for watching, friends. It has been a joy. I will see you next time.